Well, hey again. I don't know what to call this in regards to a getting to know, but we're going to get to know a little bit more about the. We're going to update you on the fundraising for the pickleball as we try to build the courts here in Loogootee. And with us are two key drivers from the pickleball committee, Bill Boyd and Terry Smith. And Terry, we know the location. The location that was approved is over here by the old tennis courts where they were across from the city pool, right? So now from there, kind of update us what you've been up to.
Well, after the location was secured, we started doing fundraising and we were part of the Christmas stroll. We raffled off some items. We had a basket auction. We've been doing clinics. We currently have a raffle going for a quilt that Sharon Sutton donated. And so if you see a pickleball person, ask them so you can buy some raffle tickets for that. And just, filling out applications for grants and asking for donations and just trying to collect that money.
Yeah, so that you know, there is a Facebook group. It's called the Loogootee Pickleball Committee or Loogootee Pickleball. And I checked, Bill, and I think there's maybe 283 or 285 followers as of today. So we're not only talking to those of you who have knowledge of this, but those of you who are interested maybe in helping out, but also interested in just pickleball in itself, because it's not new, but it's new to Loogootee. And Terry, tell us a little bit about the surrounding communities. We know that there are tournaments being held there, and it's really benefiting those communities.
Yeah, there's been some tournaments in like Jasper, Washington, Vincennes, and that just brings people to the community. The one in Washington in April, they had over 140 participants. So the people just come and spend the day, maybe 2 days, and then they go out to the community and utilize the resources that are there, like gas stations, restaurants, grocery stores. So it does benefit the community.
Bill, you told me the other day that there are over 46 million pickleball players throughout the U.S., and it's of all ages, right? I mean, I would say you could be 90, you could be older than that, but it's youth as well. What is it about pickleball that is so attractive to those athletes and non-athletes today that they want to get involved?
Well, you see that it's fairly easy to learn, but it's hard to master the sport. If you
Yeah.
played ping pong or you played a little tennis, you can kind of get the feel of the game. But I think you see a lot of young kids playing it now, and I know in Loogootee, during their PE classes, they play pickleball.
Mhm. And it's similar to tennis. It looks like a tennis court, it looks like a miniature tennis court, but it's completely doubles, right? I mean, is there any singles play in pickleball, or is
Yes,
it all
there
doubles?
is.
There is some singles.
Yes.
You guys haven't participated in any singles tournaments, have you?
No, I play singles with my husband,
Yeah.
but I'm not in a tournament or anything.
Good practice, but it's a little more difficult sometimes. So it's a very interesting sport, but it's not only interesting, Bill, from the benefit side physically and even mentally. It's tremendous, and you do not have to be a former tennis player. You don't have to be a former athlete. Just somebody who wants to get out there, be able to play, compete if they want, but to get a little exercise, right?
That's true. It's a very social sport. You meet a lot of new people, and everyone's real friendly as far as teaching you. Everyone started at the beginning, so we all know how it feels to be a beginner. And so everyone's real happy to help you. And plus, because it's a wiffle ball, sometimes it's affected by the wind or the way the spin on the ball is. And there's a lot of people that we end up doing a lot of laughing when you're out there playing because of the way the ball bounces.
You know you do, but there's a lot of people like Terry, like Bill, like my brother, like my sister, who are obsessed with the sport, and it's a competitive nature when you become obsessed with it, because now you're in tournaments, you want to win, just like you used to when you played tennis. Only now you can do it again, even at our age and such. So the competitiveness is a driving force too, isn't it, Terry?
Yeah, it is. And if you've got it, you've got it. I mean, you can't get rid of it. So yeah, when I go out there, I'm out to win every time.
Tell us a little bit about what you've seen in the area, Bill, in regards to, or either one of you, other locations that are looking at building pickleball courts, and maybe what you guys are looking at, whether you model after them or whether you're picking up ideas. But we know there's towns all around our area that are starting to look at building pickleball
That's
courts.
true. Right now, the Bedford area is building 6 courts in Wilson Park, and I talked to the park director there, and I'm watching their progress, and we're going to take some of the lessons learned of how they're building their courts and apply it to Loogootee. We just learned that they're building 2 pickleball courts in Bloomfield and 24 courts in Evansville. So they're all around us, and Washington Jasper's already established. So we're seeing it all around us, and eventually there'll be one here as well, 4-court complex.
So we've talked a little bit about the fundraising. That will go on. We've talked a little bit about the clinics. We're going to take a little break from that maybe and pick it up a little bit later, but that's been wildly successful. All of those are ways to help contribute to build the courts, but kind of an exciting, I guess, venture, Bill, that you found and the group found. A great way for the people to be able to contribute, and it's going to be a charitable organization now, right?
That's true. We are a nonprofit. We were organized in January, and we're also a public charity recognized by the Internal Revenue Service. So if anyone gives money, it's a tax deduction. And I know Terry wanted to talk about the matching grant with the Martin County Foundation.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing. Of course, we all have become familiar with the Martin County Community Foundation and what they've done, and I know the pickleball group has applied for a grant, and they've got a matching grant from the foundation. Tell me what that means, Terry.
Yeah, we're very thankful for the foundation, and they have awarded us a $25,000 challenge grant. And for every dollar, they match a dollar up to 25,000. So at the end, they would be giving us 50,000 plus any additional that was donated there.
Yeah. So anything that you donate with the matching foundation, a matching grant, if you donate $1, $5, $10, $100, all of a sudden it becomes $200, and you can see how that can build rather quickly. And I've got a surprise actually for both of you. So the Bateman family thought about this, and we thought, okay, we've got a large family, right? Why don't we look at issuing a family challenge to you and see how much we can raise? Well, we did that. And as a family, and granted, we've extended it. It's a Bateman extended family. But I've got checks right here that I will be taking to Kurt Johnson at the Martin County Community Foundation that equal $1,000, which is $2,000 in your eyes, right?
That is correct. That is awesome.
It is awesome. It's amazing what we said, hey, why don't we do this? And then it just kind of built on ideas and built on ideas. And now we want to challenge you, your family. Doesn't matter if you give $10, $20, $1,000, but it's going to be doubled whatever you do. You can give it to the pickleball group. I know you have a P.O. box, right, if they want to write a check?
Yeah. Our address is P.O. Box 12.
And that's just a check to
The Martin County Foundation, and then on the memo line, just write like Pickleball Challenge Grant or something.
Yeah, that's what we did. Pickleball Challenge Grant. And we'll be taking that out today. And we're going to get a photo with them, not because we want everybody to know that we're donating, but because we're going to put it on Facebook as a challenge to you. And we want to get this kick-started right and get it going. But anybody who can give $1,000, that's something. But somebody gives $50, $10, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, have your child go out and do a lemonade stand. That's always a great deal, a great idea, right? So this is something that we felt was important, and we hope that other families do as well. And I guess you would second that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that is absolutely awesome. And hopefully others will take this challenge on. And I definitely will put that challenge to my family.
All right, there you go. And you've got 283, 285 followers. So those of you who follow, this will be on the pickleball page. We'll have it out there in Loogootee Life. So maybe 5 families do this, maybe 1,000 families do this. But if one family does it, it's going to be more so than what we had before. So that's from the Bateman family, and we hope that you contribute as well. So Bill, let's talk as we get back into this a little bit. But I wanted to throw that little surprise at you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, but Bill, let's talk from your standpoint. Why did you get into the sport? I know you were a tennis player, but why and when did pickleball become something that was important in your life?
Well, I also was involved in a clinic at Washington. They offered it just like we offered here in town too, and that just got me started. I was looking for a way to exercise. I used to ride a bike and play tennis, but those things kind of slipped away, and I saw that as an opportunity to get back out. And what surprised me the most is all the friendships that I developed in Washington from that. It was really, I think that's the it's the social aspect that really helps you, and I think that's why you see older people play. They get an opportunity to get out, make new friends, and have fun at the same time.
What about you, Terry?
Same thing. I was walking and Bill stopped and said, "Hey, you really need to try pickleball." And it took him a couple times to stop me as I was walking, but I'm very glad that I did. Yeah, I went to Washington just like Bill did. Didn't do a clinic. I just kind of showed up and they took me under their wing and taught me how to play pickleball.
We talked in our radio show. By the way, I'm guessing some of you didn't listen to the radio show that we did. That's why we're doing this, just in case. But Bill, you talked about the youth aspect of it. I know we have a couple of kids at Loogootee that are very interested in it. But again, at any age, and I believe, and I think you do too, that it's going to be something, particularly if we build courts here in Loogootee, that the youth will become involved and be obsessed just like you are.
That's very true. As we've talked about before, the number one women's player in the world is 16 years old, and the number one men's player is 23. So there are a lot of people coming up that want to play. And we look at other states, they've already started high school teams in Florida. So it's a sport that's spreading, and as more venues open up, you'll have more people playing. And that's why we did a youth clinic, and we know that there are a couple of players here in town that are really good at a young age. So they'll obviously benefit the sport as they play
You,
more.
you know, when you do that, when you think of that with the youth, it's doubles, so teamwork. I mean, that's important. And Terry, you've been tennis coach for years. You played tennis for years, and teamwork among youth is the most important, in my mind, ingredient of winning.
Yeah, they need to learn how to help each other out, to work together, and what it takes to win as a team. I played singles in high school, so I didn't really have to do a lot of that. But I play doubles now in pickleball, and yeah, each person you play with is different, and it's a little bit of give, a little bit of take, and figuring out what it will take for both of you to work together to win.
So, Bill, did you want to add something there?
Well, I wanted to mention opportunities for things to do here. We're building this new subdivision, and we're looking at things. What can people do here in town? Well, now we'll have pickleball courts. There'll be opportunities for people that maybe retire here in the area, and they can come and play. So that's another advantage to having a coach in town.
Yeah. So we do have two pickleball courts at the high school right now, right? Or is it one? I can't recall. Two pickleball courts at the high school, but it is owned by the high school, and it's just kind of first come, first serve up there. So let me ask you this. So wherever you play, we talked about the other day, you can schedule on an app what time is open, and you can put yourself and your teammate into that open slot. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's called the Hesia app, and anybody can play at any time. So if you've got enough people to go out, enough equipment, and you can go up there and play. But if you're one person that would love to play with somebody else, the Hesia app is really a good thing to have, because then you can see when people are playing, at what time, and then you can show up and join.
And as far as just playing, I mean, I just can't express. People are wanting to find ways to exercise that they can, myself included. And this is an easy way to get out there. Just hit the ball around. Just go get the ball, chase the ball, because you're going to be chasing the ball. And it's a little bit of exercise, but not too much if you don't want it to be. But it's a great way to kickstart an exercise regime, isn't it, Bill?
That's true, very true. We see just recently we had a person contact us and wanted to learn how to play, so we just got two or three people together, took him out there, let him play. He really enjoyed it, and I'm sure he'll be coming back. But that's how we do it, one person at a time, and so it's real fun.
So if they want to be involved and follow the Pickleball Group Facebook page, they just need to go to Loogootee Pickleball, hit follow, and that's how you get your 285. And now after this, we're going to have 500 folks. So make sure that you hit follow so that you can be updated on the fundraising events, what's going on, the tournaments, because there is a tournament coming up in less than a month from now, right, Terry?
Yes, our tournament is with the Summerfest, and it is Saturday, June 24th, and Sunday, June 25th. And we'll have women's doubles in the morning on June 24th, and men's doubles afternoon. And then on Sunday we'll start at noon, and it'll be the mixed doubles.
And is it open doubles, or do you have rank 3, 4, 5, depending on their expertise?
There's a 2.5 level, a 3.0, a 3.5, and then 4 and above.
All right. So that brings up an interesting question. All right. I'm just starting. So I guess I'm at maybe the novice level, right? But how do you know what those levels are and what, if they want to compete in the Summerfest, how do they know what level to get into?
Well, a lot of tournaments let you self-rate. If you're somebody new to pickleball and you haven't played a whole lot, but you can serve and get the serve in, then you're probably 2.5. I'm a 3.0. If you play in tournaments and they put the scores in for the matches, then it calculates. Technically, I'm a 3.29, I do believe.
Yeah, she's sandbagging.
But I'm a 3.0. And so but a lot of tournaments, I just self-rate.
And Bill, you had talked about the female tennis player, the number one ranked, the number one male player. They're young. So when you're going into an event, you might play somebody younger, but it's going to be by this ranking system, somebody who's supposedly, ideally, comparable to your skill level, right? So it's not just, hey, I'm going out there and I might play a 16-year-old. Well, if you are, that skill level should be similar, right?
That's very true. And one of a lot of the tournaments now, sometimes they'll do 50 and over, and
Yeah.
12 or 14 to 49. So that age does make a difference
Yeah.
when it comes to a longer match, or
Right.
if you're playing 5 or 6 matches in a tournament. So
We'll follow you along, of course, as we go along and give updates as long as you guys are willing, and I'm sure you are. But is there anything else we didn't talk about today that we want to get out there that maybe we had intended? Because as I say in every Getting to Know Your Indiana Neighbor, when I leave, there's always a question I wish I would have asked, and there's always something that this person wanted to bring up. But just giving you that form right now. Anything?
I would just like to make a comment. I'm very thankful for all the support that we have gotten so far. At our bake sale, not only did Loogootee Pickleball members and family members donate, we just had people off the street donate stuff for our bake sale. And anytime we ask for donations or raffle ticket purchase or auction items, I mean, the community has been very supportive, and we are very thankful.
Because those will continue, right?
I hope so.
Bill, anything at all?
no.
All right. Well, I want to remind you, it doesn't have to be $1,000. It can be $50. It can be $100, whatever you want. But we want to challenge you as a family to follow the Loogootee Pickleball page, follow their fundraising efforts and where they are, but get involved as well. But we want to challenge you to donate in some form or fashion, if you like, to help build the pickleball courts in Loogootee, because we all think it's going to be a better quality of life for the city of Loogootee. Bill, Terry, thank you so much. We'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you very much,
Greg.
Craig.
And we thank you for watching as we get an update on the building of the courts for Loogootee Pickleball here in our town. Thank you.